I know I said I wasn't going to go for a haircut every 3 months, but I've had some setbacks in my length retention journey. The first setback was that I've been seeing a little bit of breakage on the ends of my hair, tiny little pieces have been breaking off when I've been styling. And the second thing is when I went to get my first appointment back in January, I posted this a couple of weeks ago and asked for the Afrikan Hair God's advice on it. And he actually said to me that he advises that I maybe pause my length retention journey and get a trim and get some layers put in to address some of the mid-shaft splits, and that my stylist may be just trimming the ends of my hair, and that's why I'm actually not getting off some of the damage within the actual length of my hair. So we are going to Amma's hair salon today to get a full assessment of my hair. We'll see what the stylist says. I might not need the layers, but we'll just see what it's like when I get there. We started off the service at the bowl with a good old shampoo and treatment. Prior to this point, I had not washed my hair for just over 2 weeks, and she did shampoo it about 3 times to remove the buildup. The stylists here are so gentle with the hair when washing and conditioning, which I really appreciate. After this, she did a treatment and detangled my hair thoroughly throughout this. It did take a little while as she did it in sections, but it didn't feel like she was ripping any of my hair out during the process. Then under the heat mask for 30 minutes and rinsed off. What I would like to point out is that the stylist actually kept my hair in the twists the whole time she rinsed out the product, which prevented tangles and made the blow dry process much easier. I love it when stylists get it. Next we did a blow dry. As much as I would love to avoid heat this year, the only way I can get a clear perception of my hair is when it is stretched out, and blow drying will always show you that. I did notice in the weeks coming up to my trim that I was getting single strand knots and split ends, so I definitely knew it was time to trim. Even after the blow dry, I could see them clearly. What was nice is that she kept the hair stretched if she wasn't working in that section with a little bantu knot type thing. And then when she did blow dry it, more focus was placed on the roots rather than the ends, which made me feel at ease because I can't be doing with stylists constantly blow drying the ends and the most fragile parts of my hair over and over. PSA, I'm starting a new hair growth and length retention series. This is going to happen every single Tuesday from the 5th of May, and not is it only going to feature me, but we're going to have special guests also joining me in on this conversation. Our first guest is going to be the one and only Classically Kept. Make sure you click the link above to get notified. You can see in this clip how my hair is looking, and to be honest, the ends don't look bad. If I compare it to my last trim, it did look a lot puffier, but I do think that's down to the technique of the blow dry as well. This stylist just used a paddle brush, whereas my last one used a round brush, and I don't think me and round brushes get along very well. I also feel like that might be contributing to the damage of my ends a little bit as well. Here I'm just checking out my hair and the state of the ends. It doesn't look too bad in the video, to be honest, but up close I could see a few of the split ends and single strand knots like I mentioned before. At this point I was trying to communicate with the stylist as the man doing my hair didn't actually speak great English. A lot of the stylists here are Portuguese, I believe, so I had to communicate with I think she was a receptionist. I was trying to explain about the splits in the mid shaft of my hair and that I wanted small layers because I did leave that comment on the booking document when I booked it. But she basically said to me that, do I want a trim or a cut? And I definitely didn't want a cut, but I did want to address the split ends. So at that point I kind of knew I wasn't going to be able to get a full assessment properly because the stylist was kind of just there to do his job, and the idea of me spending loads of time explaining my background and what's been going on with my hair didn't look like that was a possibility. So I just went with a trim, and she said he will basically target the split ends throughout the hair. It's not going to just be the ends that he cuts. So I was kind of like, fine, let's go with it. We'll do the trim and see how it goes. I'd rather that than go in with like a cut and then regret it. So we did the trim. He did a really good job at trimming, actually. He was so thorough and went through my hair methodically. I still feel like he didn't get every single split end out of my hair, but I don't know if that's just me scrutinizing my hair so much because I'm so particular, or maybe that is just something that someone else can give me some advice on. But I definitely think it is hard to communicate that when the stylists don't speak good English. That is one thing I will say about Amas, is the language barrier makes it a little difficult at times because there are so many foreign stylists, and you literally get a different stylist at every step in your appointment process, which has its pros and cons, because obviously if you have stylists that are specialized in certain areas, then it makes sense to, offer those different areas within the service. But it also doesn't let you develop a relationship with your stylist, and they don't really get to know your hair and how it behaves and what it needs. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but I really do trust the stylists there. I feel like they know Afro hair very well and they are very gentle with it. So that is the main reason why I keep coming back here. Next, it was time for the styling. I'm going for 4 comb rows with no added hair, obviously. I just hate the thought of leaving with a blow dry and then having to do it again myself when I get home. So that's why I opted for 4 comb rows. It's not too many, it's not too little, so it should probably last me a couple of weeks at best. Now, you can get this without added gel, but in hindsight, I wish I'd opted for that because you can see the amount of gel she's using. It is pretty excessive, and although my hair will probably last a while with this in, I wasn't a huge fan of how it felt in my hair. It was pretty stiff. This was filmed this week Tuesday, and yesterday, Friday, I actually had enough of how stiff my hair felt, and I wanted to be able to put it up in like a little cute bun at the back, and subconsciously I felt like my hair was drying out, so I took down the braided part, only the hang time, not the actual cornrow, sprayed it with water and re-moisturised it, and just braid it into 2 instead of 4, because not only that, the nape of my neck at the bottom where the really fine hairs were felt really uncomfortable and tight, and it was either that or I was just going to take the full thing down. So I was like, yeah, let me just make the best of it and do 2 braids at the back instead. Anyway, I know for next time just to request less gel. Nevertheless, I really appreciate not having to do my own hair for a little while. It can be so time consuming having to constantly style your hair and have that pressure of doing it every day. So this gives me a little bit of a break. My thought process today and going forward is I'm just going to be doing trims every 3 months until my hair is in a really good state. I know I said I wanted to stretch my trims and I wanted to get to waist length, and I just think my hair needs to transition fully out of some of that damage before I start stretching the length in between my trims, because it's not worth me stretching it and then finding out that 6 months down the line half of it is just really thin and I'm going to need to chop like 3 or 4 inches off. So this way I can actually monitor it over time. If it doesn't need trimming, then I won't need to get it trimmed, but if it does, then I will get it trimmed. I think I may even be able to retain a little bit more length this way, as when the stylist was trimming, he didn't seem to trim that much off today in comparison to my normal hairdresser, who takes quite a bit off at once. I don't know why this is. I don't know if it's because I go a tad bit longer, maybe 4 months, but she always seems to trim at least like, I want to say 1.5 to 2 inches off, and that really does keep me at bra strap length. But the 2 occasions that I've been to Amma's hair salon, they've actually trimmed like about 1/2 inch and it's been fine. So we're going to stick with this for a little while and see how it goes. The main thing for me is just to keep on caring for my hair how I've been doing it, because it does seem to be working. Although I'm thinking I may lay off the henna for a little bit, because that is maybe an area where my hair doesn't need so much henna frequently, although I did stretch it for 6 weeks in between my treatments, but that may be a factor that is contributing to a little bit of breakage, so I'm going to lay off the henna. But the fullness of my hair is there overall, so clearly I'm doing something right, but I think it will take me a little bit longer to get to waist length, as I just want to make sure that there's none of that mid-shaft splitting going on, or the hair is looking a little bit lighter than more of the root of my hair as it is at the minute. So this was the final result of the service. It did turn out really nice and the hang time was hanging. Make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with my hair growth journey, and click that link for the live on Tuesday with Classically Kept. It is not to be missed, and I will see you in the next one.